I gotta live and I gotta do it like that. The haters fussing, but I gotta do what's right. You never know when maybe you gotta go, so you gotta lift it up and get love in your soul, yeah. It's kinda common to be down with stay like that. Yeah, you gotta know that there's only one of you. Ride to your side, man, that's why you gotta go and keep your head up, rise above the blue. I gotta live. I want to, yeah, I wanna live now.
It's the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group as we welcome you inside Graham Sabota Field on the campus of Greater Latrobe High School for this WPIAL 5A Section 1 contest here tonight. The Greater Latrobe Wildcats already securing their spot for the WPIAL 5A postseason as they wrap up this home-and-home series here tonight with the Armstrong Riverhawks. Greater Latrobe taking down Armstrong in Gatanning last night 6-5, so they will go for the sweep heading into their big series coming up against Plum next week. Hello, my friends. Pleased to be with you on this chilly Tuesday night in Latrobe on the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group. I'm Colton the Bystron alongside Richard Hillwig. So, Richard, before we get into this contest here tonight, we got to go over what happened in Murraysville today because Franklin Regional and Plum squaring off in the Panthers were able to come out with a victory against the Mustangs. So that means if Greater Latrobe wins tonight, and also with Penn Trafford taking down Kiski today, Greater Latrobe takes care of their business today, then we're going to have a three-way tie for first place in Section 1.
Yeah, we will, and it seems like, at least right now, that if the Wildcats win tonight, they're going to take care of their business here on home field at Graham Sabota Field, but also they're going to set up a chance where if the cards fall in their direction, Penn Trafford and Franklin Regional play next week. So if the Wildcats take care of business tonight and they get the game next, either one of the two against Plum next week, they will clinch a share of the section title at least. Now I imagine that this team wants to go and win it outright, and that would mean just winning their final 3 games, which they certainly can do. But again, like you said, the key test will be against number 1 Plum, which we saw today. They can be upset, and we saw earlier the last time we had a game here at Graham Sabota Field when the Wildcats were number 1. The Franklin Regional Panthers, they seem to have a knack for upsetting the number 1 team. So again, it's going to be a final. It's going to be a fun final, almost week here for the Wildcats because pretty much the playoff spot's secured. We know that, but it's about tuning up and kind of showing a little bit what they can be here throughout the rest of the course of the season.
And the winner of the section may potentially hold one of those top spots for the 5A postseason. Greater Latrobe taking down Armstrong last night 6-5. And for Armstrong, Richard, they will love nothing more than to play spoiler for Greater Latrobe. Armstrong 2-9 in conference play coming into this game, and 4-12 in overall play. Armstrong already out of contention for the WPIAL playoffs, but look for an opportunity to play spoiler on Latrobe's home field here tonight.
Yeah, especially because this is their last section game of the season. They are the team that's going to be on the outside looking in as far as who's playing those section opponents on the last week of the season. That Armstrong is going to be that team. They finish out the season next week with a game against Borough actually on Thursday, but then next week they get Indiana and South Park, so they will be done after that. Again, like you said, a feisty team. This was a one-run game yesterday between these two teams, so it's going to be interesting to see here tonight if the Wildcats can kind of put their talent at the full display, or if Armstrong's able to hang around like they did yesterday.
It was a roller coaster of a game. Greater Latrobe getting 3 runners home in the top of the first, but Armstrong fighting their way back, getting 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third to tie it at 3. Greater Latrobe would punch back, taking a 5-3 lead with them into the bottom of the 6th, but Armstrong making it a tie game at 5, and then Greater Latrobe was able to get a run in the top of the 7th to secure a victory. And Greater Latrobe also looking for their 7th win in a row after winning all 3 of their games at the Altoona Curve Classic at Altoona Curve Park in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and continuing that winning streak last night with their 6-5 victory.
It's been an impressive stretch for the Wildcats, and we didn't even touch about the first game of that winning streak here, Colton, that the Wildcats were able to kind of shrug this off as Aaron Gasky delivers the first pitch here tonight. Again, the way that they won that game over the course of the 2 days, kind of in which they were spread out, I think it said a lot about the Wildcats and kind of their resilience that they've built over the course of the year.
And we'll have a look at the starting lineup for the Armstrong Riverhawks. The game's first batter is number 5, Caden Rupp. Batting in the second spot is number 6, that is Caden Andrika. Batting in the third spot, number 9, Anderson Fabian. Batting cleanup, the DH, number 30, that is Owen Chrisman. Batting in spot number 5, number 12, Max Zablocki. Batting in spot number 6, number 26, Zach Wagman. Batting in the 7th spot, number 3, Eli Morrow. Batting in spot number 8, number 2, Garrett Brumball. And rounding out the lineup for Armstrong, number 11, Liam Ashball. That's going to be fouled away. Aaron Gasky getting the start. Full count pitch on his first batter.
Aaron's pitched 17 in the third innings this year for the Wildcats. He's got a 2-1 record to his name here.
And he is going to give up a ball to start this game.
That's now Gasky's 15th walk of the season. He's got 30 strikeouts though, 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. He's given up 7 earned runs and 7 runs total. And again, in those 17 and a third innings, just 12 hits against Aaron Gasky this year.
Josh Short behind the plate for Greater Latrobe. In the field, his brother Cole over at first. Over at second is Grady Ruffner. That was Newski at short. Luke Bolabosh is at third. And in the outfield for Greater Latrobe, Joey Kumboli is in left field. Occupying right field for Greater Latrobe, Mason Rubis. And rounding out the lineup for Greater Latrobe in the field is Owen Teslovich. A 1-1 count to Andrika. It's going to be in for a strike, 1-2. Greater Latrobe was able to get the first runner home last night in the top of the third. In the top of the first, I should say. Armstrong trying to do the same here. Out away again. Count stays at a 1-2 for Caden Andrika. Talked about Greater Latrobe already securing a spot for the WPIAL playoffs once again. Making it now every year since 2021. 5 years in a row. Swing and a miss by Andrika for the first out of the inning. A K for Gasky.
Strong fastball there by Aaron Gasky. That's kind of his bread and butter, is finding that zone, getting that fastball in there. He's able to push towards 90 miles an hour with that fastball.
Greater Latrobe, Plum, Penn Trafford, and Franklin Regional all occupying the 4 spots for the 5A playoffs for Section 1, already securing their spots for the tournament coming into today. So Kiski, Armstrong, and Penn Hills will be the 3 teams out of Section 1 this year. A swing and a miss for Anderson Fabian, the starting pitcher for Armstrong. When we move along to the bottom of the first, he takes an 0-2.
Colton, you talk about all those teams clinching that there's going to be a lot of movement at the top, but there's not going to be a team that comes out of nowhere to make the section playoffs, or the teams for the section in the playoffs. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But my point being that the Wildcats, I think, have the biggest test of all of them to maybe see if they can move up into contention for one of those top 3, or maybe even that top spot in 5A.
That's going to be fouled away. The only team in 5A that is undefeated in conference play, that is Pine Richland. They are 8-0 in conference play. Thomas Jefferson is 8-1. Horse Pine Richland losing to Shaler in the 5A championship game a season ago. And so it's going to be fun to see when we move along to Monday and Tuesday next week to see who will indeed be able to occupy that top spot for the 5A championship. And I think, Richard, going in, we already know it's going to be a fun tournament in 5A and the WPIAL when we move to the postseason.
Oh, 100%. All those games last year were close between the 5A schools.
Full count to Fabian.
I know Greater Latrobe's both games that they had in playoffs last year were both one-run games, so tension always is high when it comes to playoff baseball, but especially in 5A.
And one thing we already know heading into the postseason, we're going to have a new champion this year with Shaler. They're 1-6 in Section 3 play right now in 5A, and 3-12, so I think we know now that Shaler will not be defending their title this year with a strikeout to Fabian. Shaler taking down Pine Richland in the championship game last year, and Shaler kind of making a little run. They were the 3 seed last year. They took down Peters Township, the 7 seed, in the semifinals. And a swing and a miss for Owen Chrisman, the DH, strike one.
Yeah, again, Armstrong just having a hard time kind of timing up that fastball there by Aaron Gasky. Said last couple of outings cut short here.
Runner throw down, tag applied, safe. Rupp beating out the tag by Wisniewski, and he gets into scoring position.
Yeah, the ball's skipped away from Ty there. I think if it was a clean pick by Ty, he would have had him, I think, relative ease, but again, just kind of a tough play there for Ty to pick that up off the turf.
So if the Riverhawks can get a base hit, might have a chance to score. And Greater Latrobe stopping that as Chrisman strikes out. The walk given up by Gasky to Rupp, but he gets 3 Ks in a row to end the top of the first. So we move along to the bottom half of the first. We're going to stay with you here on the Wildcats Network, and we'll give you some time, and we'll give you the starting lineup now since we have some time. For Greater Latrobe, number 3, Ty Wisniewski, will be the first batter up to the plate for the Wildcats. Batting second, number 2, Grady Ruffner. Batting in the third spot, number 12, Cole Short, the DH for the Cats. To start things off, number 19, Noah Noel, the starting DH. Batting in spot number 5, number 18, Josh Short. Batting in spot number 6, number 7, Joey Quimboli. Batting in spot number 7, number 11, Luke Bolabosh. Batting in spot number 8, number 5, Owen Teslavich. And rounding out the lineup for Greater Latrobe is number 10, Mason Rubis. It's going to be Anderson Fabian getting the start on the bump for Armstrong in this game. Also have a look at the starting field for Armstrong. See what Greater Latrobe can do. So we move to the bottom of the first. Behind home plate is number 11. That is Liam Ashball. Over at first for Armstrong is number 5, Caden Rupp. It's going to be Hudson Bundy at second. Over at third is Eli Morrow. Shortstop is number 2, Garrett Brumball. Over in left field, number 26, Zach Wallman. In center field is number 12, Max Zablocki. And in right field for Armstrong is number 6, Caden Andrico. See what Greater Latrobe can do as we go to the bottom of the first, with Ty Wisniewski leading off.
Ty's batting 300 this year for the Wildcats. A little bit of a slump here as of late for Ty, but still has 3 doubles to his name, 16 walks, and 8 RBIs.
Outside, ball 1. Anderson Fabian, the senior, for the Hawks, getting the start here tonight. That one is going to be a hopper over towards third. Morrow throws on the run, not in time. Wisniewski beating out the throw by a mile. Wisniewski using the speed to get the infield base hit.
That's the benefit of having Ty Wisniewski in at the leadoff spot there, using that speed. Colton, we've seen it before on the football field, but tonight, and especially being at short and being in that leadoff spot, speed is valuable, and Ty able to beat out that throw. Not an easy play also for Morrow there at third.
Wisniewski takes a lead at first. Just going to bring up Grady Ruffner. And they check on Wisniewski over at first. Greater Latrobe jumping out to a 3-0 lead in the first when these two teams met in Katanning yesterday. So we shall see what they can do here at home. Big drive out to center field. Zablocki going forward. He cannot get it. It bounces off of the fence. Wisniewski, he is rounding third on his way home. The throw at the plate. It gets away. He is saving. Ruffner gets the third. Greater Latrobe starting things off with a bang. The base hit to Ruffner. The score was Wisniewski to make it 1-0.
I imagine that's going to be ruled a double there for Grady Ruffner. If so, that's his third double of the season, but that's his 17th RBI, which gives him a tie for second with Cole Short.
See what Cole Short can do with it.
Again, Colton, the Wildcats wasting no time here in the first inning, much like they did yesterday when they put up 3 in the first.
And Ruffner, the RBI double, at least that's where we will roll it. With the throw at home going offline, he was able to get the third as a result. And that one is going to be slammed down in the center. Fields a block. He makes the catch. Here comes Ruffner. He's going to try the score. He slides in. And the sacrifice fly is in order for Cole Short. 2-0 Cats.
Yeah, not doing anything too complicated there. Just putting the ball in play, giving a chance for Ruffner to score. That's what Cole Short did. And that tie for second in RBIs didn't last long as Cole picks up RBI number 18. The Wildcats lead by 2.
Noel, the DH. One out, nobody on, and a 2-0 lead for the Cats. Noel takes a strike.
Wildcats have done their work here on just 8 pitches by Fabian as well here, so impressive stuff here by the Wildcat bats early on.
1 swing and a miss, strike 2.
And this also has to feel good for Aaron Gasky. The Wildcats give him some run support early. His last couple starts haven't gone the length in which I think he's wanted to, so to get kind of that run support and to have an inning where you put up a 0, got to be a good feeling for Gasky out there.
The 1-2 to Noel. See what Fabian can do with the response, and he is going to give up another base hit. Noel slaps that in the right for the 1-out single. He's going to bring up Josh Short with a runner on first.
It's Noel's 24th hit of the season. That 396 average that he carries, that's going to increase. I imagine, I'm no mathematician, but I'm guessing that will go into the 400s with that base hit.
Short takes a ball. Inside, gets ahead of the count by 2. Short takes a strike with Noel eyeing a run, possibly the second. There goes Noel, fires down, he slides in, and he gets there in time. Noel moves to scoring position. Tag was applied by Brumbaugh.
Yeah, good aggressive base running there by the Wildcats. Almost 7th stolen base of the season.
It was a 2-2, that was a ball to short, or a strike I should say, and there's a ball there for a full count.
And they're making Fabian work out there here in this first inning, much like the Wildcats did yesterday.
Time is called. 2-0 lead for the Cats. Wisniewski getting things started with the infield single, then Grady Ruffner. The RBI double to score and to make it 1-0. Cole Short getting the RBI and the sacrifice fly that scored Ruffner, who was at third. See what his brother can do. This one is going to be driven foul to right. Stays at a full count.
Josh has the team lead in RBIs with 21.
Trying for 22 right here with Noel at second. And he might get it here in the center field. Noel digging for home. The throw in. No play at the plate. We speak it into existence, Richard. An RBI for Josh Short to make it 3-0.
Really strong piece of hitting there by Josh Short. Again, yep. We should speak more into existence these things here for the Wildcats and talk about how Armstrong might come out here, try and be a pesky team for the Wildcats to beat like they were yesterday. We're not messing around here in this first inning.
See what Joey Quimboli can do. There's only one out. 6th batter in the lineup. Check on the runner, tag applied by Rupp, and Short is safe.
It's going to be Aaron Chappell being the courtesy runner for Josh Short.
Of course, starting catcher. And Chappell is going to be on the move. The second fires back the first, trying to complete the double play. Not in time. Quimboli beats out the throw. It's going to bring up Luke Bullabush, with Quimboli reaching on the fielder's choice, with Armstrong trying to get the double play. Yeah, so if we, assuming we're going to be following the team into the WPIAL postseason, hopefully a long run to the postseason and the WPIAL and maybe the PIAA. So I don't know, maybe we got to try to speak more of those stats when we talk about them. Maybe, who knows, speak them into existence some more.
If I'm keeping up with them, I'm going to speak them.
Assuming the hope that we'll be able to follow the baseball team and also the softball team in the WPIAL playoffs here on the Wildcats Network. A swing and a miss by Bullabosh, and he takes an 0-2. Greater Latrobe trying to get a longer run, of course. Beating Fox Chapel 2-1, but falling to Pine Richland 8-7 in the WPIAL quarterfinals last year. Were you at that game, Richard?
I was, yeah. Both games were both thrilling, fun games, and the second one, it was hot that day, the second round game against Pine Richland.
That game was at Plum.
Yeah. Cooler game against the Foxes in the first round. The evening that game was. Perfect night tonight, though.
There goes the runner, and another stolen base is going to be recorded for the Cats. Quimboli gets the second.
The third stolen base. No, the second stolen base, my apologies. Second stolen base. We have 3 in the first inning total between the two teams.
That was a ball to Bullabosh for a 2-2. Quimboli, a big lead at second. Knowing there's 2 outs, he's on the move. If the base hit is in order, it's a strikeout instead to Bullabosh. But the Cats get 3 runners home, and just like how it was last night, they lead by 3, heading into the second when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group. Want to send a special thank you to Adelphi, one of Pennsylvania's leading nonprofits serving at-risk youth and their families. With programs from foster care to mental health support in over 30 counties, Adelphi transforms lives every day. Step up, make a difference, and help a child feel safe, cherished, and supported. Become a foster parent today with Adelphi, because every child deserves a brighter future. And the Cats looking for a brighter postseason run. We've been talking about how the Cats losing in that heartbreaker to the number 1 seed Pine Richland, 8-7. Need to get one more victory to head to the semifinals, and would of course got that automatic bid to states. And that one is going to be hit on the ground. It goes back to the pitcher, underhand throw for out number 1. And what a rebound too, Richard, by Gasky after giving up that walk to Rupp, getting those 3 strikeouts to close things out in the top half of the inning, and gets the ground ball in order from Zablocki.
Yeah, I think a longer inning for Aaron than he probably would have wanted there in that first inning. The leadoff walk definitely didn't help, but credit to the Riverhawks for working the at-bats there in that first inning. They weren't easy strikeouts for Gasky, so it's nice, I think, for the Wildcats to kind of have this 1-2 punch with Cole Short, who pitched yesterday in the matchup, but then to go to Aaron Gasky here as well. Cole's more about, at least from what I've gathered, he's a little bit more about control, whereas Gasky, he's more about just punching the zone with his stuff and with his speed on that fastball.
Zach Wallman, the senior. Armstrong in the same situation they were in last night. Greater Latrobe jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but the Hawks were able to get some runs and tie it at 3 at one point. But that was all she wrote. Greater Latrobe held the lead the entire time. Armstrong did not hold the lead once. Well, technically, Greater Latrobe didn't hold the lead for the entire game, obviously. It was tied a few times, but Armstrong, they were down 3-0 last night against the Cats, and they were able to fight back to tie it at 3, so we shall see what they can do here. And ball 4 there to Zach Wallman with 1 out. Second walk given up by Gasky.
The walks are the only things right now that Greater Latrobe as a whole has done wrong here.
Eli Mora, starting third baseman. Check on Wallman at first. Tag applied by Cole Short. Mora takes a strike.
Pitch there by Gasky. Good view here tonight on the Wildcats Network for those of you that are watching.
Fouled away left side. It was cloudy all day. The Mother Nature gifting us with a beautiful Tuesday evening here in Latrobe.
I won't complain, Colton. It's better than it being cold doing this, and it's better than it being scorching 80 degrees when doing this.
Yeah, especially it's supposed to be like early March this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Even though, ironically,
I imagine,
moving into May.
I imagine these coaches aren't going to be too happy with the weather that's going to be over the next couple of weeks, or at least over the next couple of days, rather.
Morrow gets it over the third. Bolabosh making the out at first, sending it over the Cole Short for out number 2. Wallman gets the second. It's going to bring up Garrett Brembaugh, the senior for Armstrong, with a runner on second and 2 outs.
It's going to be Armstrong's second runner in scoring position. They just haven't been able to put much contact with the ball so far here against Aaron Gasky.
Run ball inside for ball 1. Hear the national anthem in the distance because it seems like the Greater Latrobe Boys lacrosse team is getting ready to take on Peters Township. Greater Latrobe in action last night in the 2A, 3A matchup against North Allegheny.
And from what you tell me, Colton, they're going to be in contention for a playoff spot over the next week and a half here.
And the one thing is, Peters Township, according to the WPIAL website, they're one of those top teams in the WPIAL and 2A. And this one is going to be airborne, and it's actually going to be grabbed by Bolabosh as we move along to the bottom of the second with Owen Teslovich leading things off for Greater Latrobe. When we come back, you're watching the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group, we were talking about the Greater Latrobe boys lacrosse team because they are going to be taking on Peters Township tonight. Peters Township's undefeated in Section 1 and 2A of the WPIAL, so a challenge for the Greater Latrobe boys lacrosse team tonight over at Rossi Field, a few feet away from us.
And I know Greater Latrobe softball has a few challenges over the next week and a half here. They got Norwin, I think, on Friday, and then
Indeed.
Yeah, and then they have Hempfield on Monday.
That's on the road in Greensburg.
Yes. So that two strong tests for Bob Kovulchin's squad as they prep up for the 5A playoffs. Kind of a surprise year for the softball team. A lot of young hitters stepping up. Kind of a lot like the Wildcats baseball team here. Not a lot of people maybe expect the Wildcats to, at least on the outside, expect them to have the success they've had, but they've done just that here, and they take care of their business. They're going to put themselves in contention for a section title.
Greater Latrobe in Section 2 in 5A for softball in the WPIAL, already securing their spot for the WPIAL postseason. Kiski, Armstrong, and Penn Trafford, the other teams clinching spots for the WPIAL playoffs at a Section 2 in softball as well. 0-2 count to Teslovich. Greater Latrobe trying to extend their 3-0 lead. 7 batters coming up to the plate for the Cats in the first. Teslovich leading off the next pitch, 1-2 count.
Teslovich with a .467 average and 4 RBIs and 2 walks to his name this year.
That one well upstairs, even count to Teslovich.
Good job by Owen here fighting back in the count.
Had a beautiful night here in Latrobe. And bear with us because the sun is unfortunately sort of right in our viewpoint. So we got the sun and a little bit of shade. So if we mess up there, like if there's a foul ball here, like we can see the ball there, it's going to be a ground ball to run ball at short, and Teslovich cannot beat out the throw. Reached by Rupp for out number 1.
That was hit hard though, right at him by Teslovich, just a little bit to his left. That's going to be into center for a base hit. Not a bad piece of hitting though by Owen there. Not a bad at bat, finding a way to work back in the count.
He's going to bring up Rubis. Cats completing the hitting cycle in the bottom of the second. Ball to Rubis.
Fabian right now at 31 pitches for the Riverhawks.
Rubis leaves it upstairs, ball 2.
Count is 3-0 right now on Rubis there.
Actually, they had one off at the scoreboard.
Yeah, so count will be 3-1 now.
Yeah, I thought there was a pitch missing.
That's okay.
Yeah, they a little late to get it on the scoreboard. And the 3-1 count is going to be foul, so we know now it's a full count. Rubis, the bottom man in the order for Greater Latrobe. Ball 4. Rubis gets walked, and they flip back to the top of the order with Wisniewski. Had the single, then scored all the way from first on the RBI double to Ruffner.
It's Rubis's first walk of the night, but it's his 15th drawn this season. He is a threat to take bags. 4 on the year. Wildcats have been stealing a lot more as of late than they did early on in the season. I imagine that has to do a lot more with the matchups here they faced over the last couple of games. Again, they played 3 games on Friday in one day, so at the Altoona Curve Invitational, so kind of just gearing up for this final stretch of the season. And right now,
and a run down here. Wisniewski slides back to second, trying to get back to first. He skips up and he is out. 2 down and nobody on. Or actually, make that Rubis, my apologies. Wisniewski, he's on base right now. He's at the plate right now. Rubis was the one who was trying to get the second, but got caught in the rundown, and he has to head back to the dugout.
That's kind of the downside of being that aggressive, is that more times than not, if you're always going, you're always leaning that far. Teams are going to make you vulnerable and make you pay more often than not.
And Wisniewski takes the ball, following the rundown. Going over Cats, their 6-game winning streak, and that started after our last baseball broadcast that we had here on the Wildcats Network, with Franklin Regional taking down the Cats here at home 10-5. And then Greater Latrobe and Franklin Regional meeting 2 days later in Murraysville. Cats would respond, taking down the Panthers 3-2. And Greater Latrobe in that non-section matchup against Norwin, winning that contest 9-3. Wisniewski has walked 2 walks in a row, given up by Fabian. Continuing on the now 6-game winning streak for Greater Latrobe, and they came back home from their 3 victories, like Richard mentioned, 3 games in a row on April 24, 4 days ago, defeating Junitia Valley 16-2, a Mercy Rule game that ended in 5. Forest Hills winning that game 5-4, and then Mifflin County 5-3, and then they continued the winning streak to 6 in a row yesterday with their 6-5 win against Armstrong in Katanning last night. Wisniewski again with Ruffner at the plate. Seen this story already, just talked about Ruffner, the RBI double his last time up that scored Wisniewski to make it a 1-0 game at the time. Ruffner scored on the sacrifice fly by Cole Short. And he's going to send this one over the third. Morrow, he drops it! Morrow drops the ball! It seems there's no infield fly rule in high school, so Ruffner is safe at first.
And that's one of the disadvantages here of playing at night here at Graham Sabota Field, because especially for third baseman and especially for the left side of the infield, that sun's going to glare at you more often than not, more so than it would be at a 4 o'clock start. Again, let's see if Cole Short can take advantage here.
Fabian stepping off, and Morrow, I'm sure the frustration's going through his head, but it's tough too, because the sun is literally in his field of view. As you can see, there's the shade, and then a little bit of sun at third. In high school, there's no infield fly rule. Honestly, that's something I didn't know. As somebody who hasn't called WPIAL baseball on a consistent basis in 4 years, got to pick up the rules again for high school, and Ruffner's safe at first. 2 runners on for Cole Short. Wisniewski at second. Ruffner at first to strike the Cole Short. And the 0-1 goes to a 1-1, a base hit could potentially send some more runners home for the Cats, with Wisniewski at second and Ruffner at first.
Keep in mind, Armstrong had 4 errors yesterday. They already have 1 here so far. Greater Latrobe only had 1 yesterday. And then the Wildcats did have 4 steals to Armstrong's 2, so they're halfway in the stolen base department what they were yesterday.
Alright. Keep the feet moving, you're good. Good, more.
2-2.
Down hard, come on, roll. Shorty right behind. Keep the feet moving.
Cole Short calls time. 2-2 count with 2 outs, 2 runners on. 3-0 lead for Greater Latrobe. Another full count. Fabian already giving up 2 walks in this inning.
So 48 pitches now. This is again another really good at bat by Wildcats here.
And the payoff pitch is going to be out into the gap in left center, and that is going to hop off of the fence. Wisniewski scores. Ruffner on his way home. The 2-run RBI double for Cole Short. 5-0 Cats.
We'll credit Cole Short there for taking advantage of the error by Mora at third. Another strong piece of hitting, another strong at bat there for the Wildcats. Again, putting the pressure on the Riverhawks here. Putting up zeros, putting the pressure on. Trying to see if they can push themselves more closer here. There's another, lined it though.
So Noel with the liner out to Brumbaugh to close things out in the bottom half of the second. Thanks to the RBI double by Cole Short, Wisniewski and Ruffner touch home to make it 5-0 Wildcats. And we'll stay with you here on the Wildcats Network. Our producer Spencer Long is currently trying to put a GoPro up over at the first baseline. So we'll stay with you here on the Wildcats Network. We're going over, this is the only Section 1 game in 5A going on right now because we talked about it earlier on in the program. Franklin Regional and Plum meeting today, and Franklin Regional picking up a win against Plum in Murraysville. So that's huge, and if this score holds up, Richard, we talked about it, then we're going to potentially have a 3-way tie for first in Section 1 and 5A in the WPIAL.
Yeah, and what's really neat here is that the top 4 teams in the section are going to play at least one of the other teams. Latrobe and Plum are most likely going to be 1 and 2 headed into next week's showdown. So 1 and 2 will play each other, and then 3 and 4 will play each other. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if both of those matchups are split, and it could really shake up one season if one takes both games between the 2 matchups. So going to be a fun matchup here. Obviously the Wildcats have to finish the job here tonight and hang on to this lead here, but should set up for a fun final, at least Monday and Tuesday of section play in 5A.
Well, Armstrong was able to get 5 runs last night. See if they can do so here at the tie. 9th batter in the order, leading off for Armstrong, Liam Ashball.
Wildcats got 2 runs on 2 walks and 1 hit and 1 error by the Riverhawks in that second inning.
And Gasky throws a ball to begin the third. Actually, that was a strike, and this is going to be a foul ball to move it to an 0-2 count as it goes out of play. Gasky 3 strikeouts already in this game, all in a row in the top of the first, excuse me. And the 0-2 moves to a 1-2.
Got those 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. 2 innings pitched.
And strikeout number 4 is recorded for Gasky. Backwards K to Ashball. That's at the top of the order, Caden Rupp at the leadoff walk to begin this game. And then that's when Gasky got those 3 strikeouts in a row. Pitch outside, ball one. With the Riverhawks trying to fight their way back. And talked about, too, the start of the program, Armstrong will now be heading to the WPIAL playoffs. It's been a little bit since Armstrong has qualified for the postseason in the WPIAL. 2023 was the last. They were the last team in Section 1 in 5A in the WPIAL. That was, of course, the year Greater Latrobe was still in 4A. Right, Richard? Did I get that right? 2023?
24, they were in 4A still.
Yes, that is correct. That was the year Section 2. They won the section going 9-1 when they were in 4A before they moved back to 5A.
Ain't no problem, ground ball here now. Come on. Let's go. Roll it. Roll it.
Kanan Andrika now up to the plate.
Rupp was able to walk on that last at bat there for Armstrong. That's his second walk of the game.
He gets on first with one out. Andrika thought about swinging. 1-1 count.
Go, gas. Come on, gas.
Andrika leaves that one off. He gets ahead 2-1.
Keep at it, kid. Keep at it. Now, come on. Go, gas. Good luck.
2-1 back into the zone. 2-2. Rupp still occupying first. The Hawks trying to come up with some hits, something that they are still without today. Andrika trying to change that right here, but he takes a no-doubt ball instead for a full count.
This is where Aaron Gasky just kind of dialed in and went to work with the strikeouts. Stuff this part of the order.
Fouls out to the backstop.
A good foul off there by Andrika. Gasky came with the heat that time. I was doing a little bit of background stuff here. There are 2 games where Aaron Gasky's had 10 strikeouts this season. So almost halfway to that number.
Trying to add Andrika again. He does not. Gives up back-to-back walks instead. This is the first time the Riverhawks are working with 2 runners on base. And the pitcher versus pitcher matchup here with Fabian.
And I think this is not where you want to be living here if you're the Wildcats, given those free passes. If they get the hits, so be them, but don't necessarily want to be given free passes and free base runners on. Because the Riverhawks have not had a hit so far. So, and the fact that they've had base runners that they've had 4 base runners. All of them have reached via the walk, so not an ideal spot as Gasky's at 52 pitches here. They're 2 1/3. Face pitcher Anderson Fabian now.
Fabian, batter number 3 in the order. So Armstrong has the part of the order that they're looking for. Trying for their first hit. Trying to get a runner home. Down 5-0.
Come on, gas. Here you go.
Hey, what up, 9?
Fabian gets a Andrika the second.
Hey, that's a great take in there, babe.
Taken up by Gasky. 2 runners in scoring position for Armstrong as a result. Fabian a swing and a miss following the wild pitch. 1-1.
Good response there by Aaron. Just fastball's been pretty good so far here tonight. It hasn't gotten a hit, so just I'd say keep going with that.
And the 1-1 tipped it to the backstop. 1-2.
Be a big out here if Aaron were able to get it.
And the 1-2 is going to be slammed into left, down for a base hit. Rupp scores. Andrika is going to get held up at third. But the Hawks get on the board. Rupp touches home on the RBI single to Fabian.
I'll tell you what, Crimboli did save that second run there because it almost looked like that he may have was going to stumble in left field, but he was able to make the play and able to force the cutoff throw there. So really good job by Crimboli there. A run does come in, but worst case scenario avoided there for the Wildcats, and a double play potential is in line here.
Nathan Kamer, the pitch runner for Fabian. There's a strike to Owen Chrisman, the DH.
It's just the first hit of the Riverhawks game here tonight for Fabian.
And that one is going to be over the glove of Wisniewski. Andrika is going to score here. Kama, the third, waving him home. That went all the way to the fence. The throw home, not in time. 5-3. Owen Cressman makes this a 2-run game.
Yeah, and the walks did come back to bite Aaron Gasky that time. Nice piece of hitting by Chrisman. And what was a 5-0 game is now 5-3. Chrisman went 3 for 4 yesterday. Or he went 1 for 3 yesterday. Had a home run and RBI for Riverhawks.
And the Hawks go 3 in a row. Chrisman is going to be held up at third. Max Zablocki, the tying run at first. 3 hits in a row for Armstrong. Runners on the corners for Zach Wallman. What can Wogman do with runners on the corners? Swings on the first pitch for strike one. Buckle up, my friends. We got a game. The 0-1, there goes the runner, a swing and a miss. A block, he slides down, tag is applied to get him out.
And the Wildcats get
oh my goodness, and the runner went home! A surprise double play as Chrisman thought he had the chance to go home, and Zablocki and Chrisman are both out.
What a play by Ty Wisniewski there. The speed in which that throw had to be made had to be perfect because Chrisman, while he did hesitate, it looked like he was going to be in there safe. Great job by Ty Wisniewski and get Gasky out of the jam.
So Armstrong tried to play aggressive. There's the block. He tried to get the steal at second. Wisniewski sending it back to home. They get Chrisman out. It seemed, Richard, that Chrisman was going to stay at third.
Yeah.
I didn't see any movement over there. A surprise last-minute change, and Chrisman out trying to make it a 5-4 game.
Yeah, and again, a really, really strong throw by Ty Wisniewski. But again, that started with Josh Short with his strong throw. That time the tack was applied by Ty after they were unable to get Rupp in the first inning. So great job by Short to get the strong throw, and then great awareness by Ty Wisniewski because they tried the little play where you throw to second and then bring home the runner. Ty Wisniewski not fooled, and the Wildcats, while they do give up some, they don't break all the way. It's still a 2-run lead for Greater Latrobe.
Yeah, I was surprised. I looked down at my scorebook to make sure that was Zablocki, and then out of nowhere, you hear the bench rumble for the Cats because Chrisman tried to go home on a last-minute change. I'm just still shocked that Chrisman decided to go home because I looked, he stayed at third, I looked down, and then 1 second later, he's sliding, trying to get the home.
Right.
So Josh Short, a 5-3 game now, though, as we go to the bottom of the third.
And Armstrong didn't go away quietly yesterday against the Wildcats.
And that one into right and down in the corner. A leadoff single for Josh Short. Here comes Joey Crimboli. with the Wildcats trying to punch back with some runs of their own.
And courtesy runner Aaron Chappell coming in for Josh Short. Josh was 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 RBIs. Again, talking about Armstrong, they were able to battle back from a 3-0 lead to ultimately tie it, and then that stayed the score until the 5th inning when the Wildcats put up 2. And then Greater Latrobe put the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. After it was tied, as there's a sack by Crimboli that time.
Chappell gets the second. He was already on the run when Crimboli laid the bunt down. It's going to bring up Luke Bullabosh. A strikeout to end the first. There's a strike to Bullabosh. I'm still trying to debrief that attempt at home by Chrisman Richard. Were you surprised, just as I was, that he decided to go home?
If it was with 2 outs, I wouldn't have been surprised. But with 1 out, I was a little surprised with 1 out. Yeah.
It seems like it was a last-minute decision too.
Yeah, especially
because as God is my witness, he was at third when Zablocki was out at second, so it's not like he was trying to go right away.
Right.
Swing and a miss by Bullabosh. He strikes out for the second time. Owen Tesselvish up to the plate with 2 outs.
Owen hit the ball hard at the shortstop. Rumbaugh, his first at bat, fighting back in the at bat.
Breaking ball in for a strike. Tesselvish into left, and it's over the glove of Waldman. Chappell is going to score to make it 6-3. Owen Tesselvish, the RBI double with 2 outs.
Tesselvich's second extra base hit of the season. He's now got 2 doubles on the year. Give him his 5th RBI, and great response by the Wildcats with 2 outs. Clutch hitting there by Owen Tesselvich.
It's going to bring up Mason Rubis. Fabian still on the bunt for Armstrong. Rubis lets it go down low for ball 1. Rubis leaves that one upstairs, 2-0.
And this is where Latrobe was able to capitalize in the 2nd inning. Bottom of their order. And that costly error by Morrow at 3rd.
2-0 gets to a 2-1.
Sun won't be a problem anymore as clouds have taken over and the sun almost about to set here. Greater Latrobe High School.
Will be going in the nightfall.
2-2 is the count now. Big moment here for Fabian. I feel like for Armstrong.
And the 2-2 hit the short over the first in time to end the inning. But the RBI double for Owen Tesselvish scores Chappell the leadoff single for Josh Short. So we move along to the top of the 4th. Zach Waldman leading things off for Armstrong. And let's see what the Hawks can do as they were able to find some confidence in the 3rd. Getting those 2 runners home. 3 runners home, I should say, and also getting 3 hits in a row, but having that bizarre double play that started with Zablocki trying to get the steal at second. Wisniewski made the tag to get him out. Owen Chrisman, the DH, who had the 2-run RBI double that scored Andrejka and Kamer. Anderson Fabian had an RBI single. Kamer came in the run for him, the starting pitcher for Armstrong. And as Zemblocki was being tagged out by Wisniewski, I looked down at my scorebook for 1 second, and then all of a sudden, I see it slided home by Chrisman, thinking that Chrisman was just going to stay at third, wondering if he would have had a chance at a run to home. But instead of staying at third, he tried to go home to look to make this a 5-4 game, but he was out on the caught stealing and then 6-2 double play that ended the top half of the third. It's going to be Zach Wogman leading off for Armstrong.
And because
he was already there.
Wogman was already there, and then the double steal attempt happened there.
So he tries again. Ball one.
Now Armstrong has made it difficult on Aaron Gasky with the longer at bats. 61 pitches, now 62. 1-1 count here.
And the 1-1 got him on the reach, strike two. Two count.
I feel like this is a big first out here. The Wildcats are able to get it.
Got him.
He is.
Another K for Gasky.
I like that by Aaron. Tough inning, last inning. His team was able to make a play for him to get out of a jam, and he responds by taking care of it himself. Strikeout there. Really good job. And again, keep in mind, this kid's only a sophomore. He's going to get better. He's going to get more mature. And even for a sophomore, he is very mature. Very poised as well.
Eli Morrow stepping in 0 for 1. Takes a ball here in the fourth. Now 2-0 count. One out, nobody on. And the 2-0 is fouled away 2-1. Talked about Greater Latrobe obviously securing their spot for the postseason. Still in contention for that Section 1 title in 5A in the WPIAL. Looking to win out, trying to keep those hopes alive. A 1-out single for Morrow. Thrown back in by Rubis in center field. And Armstrong trying to play spoiler to that. It's going to bring up Garrett Bumba.
After no hits in the first 2 innings, Armstrong's got 4. The last 1 1/3 innings.
Check on the runner. Take a play by Cole Short. See if Armstrong will maybe try to get another steal.
Yeah.
Like what happened last time. Need to get runners in scoring position, down by 3.
Yeah, we're being wary of it right now. Trying to keep an eye on Morrow at first.
Run ball, lets it go. It's ahead of the count 2-0.
Wagaman and Zablocki had the 2 stolen bases yesterday for Armstrong.
Check on the runner again. Tag applied by Short. Brumbaugh out to left field, running over to make the catch is Crimboli, and Morrow has to stroll back to first. Crimboli, the charge in left field, record out number 2.
When that, Colton, I'm going to be honest with you, when that, did that not sound pretty good off the bat whenever Brumbaugh hit that? Because my initial thought was it was going to be trouble for Krimbolian left, but good recovery there. Pitch there. Gasky inside.
Liam Ashball at a backwards K in the third. Check on the runner. Another tag applied by Short. And I think Morrow assumed that was going to be a hit. He was able to get back just in time, or else Armstrong was going to be caught with another double play.
Yeah, again, that's another strong play by Krimbolian left.
And the 1-1 gets to the backstop. Morrow will take second. Another wild pitch given up by Gasky.
You can see here now if 2-1 count. Be interesting to see how Gasky plays this with a base open and 2 outs. I imagine go after Ashbaugh here.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Ashbaugh did not play yesterday. Game against the Wildcats as he'll call his time here.
Gasky looks back.
Step off here.
Two count with 2 outs. Now it's full.
Right here, right now. Come up. Come on, gas. Deep breath, one at a time. Now, come up. You got this. Let's go. Come on, there.
Patient at bat for Ashball. Trying to get the Hawks to the top of the order, and he will. Ball 4. And that's good.
Because it
it's
got
away.
Yeah, it got away.
So Morrow will take third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Caden Rupp. Tying run up to the plate.
Hey, no problem. Let's go. 2 down. In last. Now, come on. Hey, watch the pickoff coming over here.
Rupp the walk in the third and the first. One more of those, bases loaded.
Aaron's approaching 80 pitches right now. He's at 78.
Cat setting a new arm to the pen as a result. Strike to Rupp. Armstrong getting those 3 runners home in the third.
Looks like it's going to be Aaron Chappell that's going to warm up for the Wildcats.
Pitch runner who scored the last inning. A ball to Rupp.
Chappell did get pitched the 7th inning yesterday. Clean inning, 1 strikeout, no hits, no walks, no runs. Preserved that win for the Wildcats. Right now the count 2-1. Caden Rupp, who's walked both times.
There's a pitch runner in for Ashball. It's number 27. That's Liam Bedeck, the junior.
Dak was the starter yesterday for Armstrong. Pitched all 7 innings.
Liam exchanging another Liam. And Morrow at third. Full count to Rupp.
Because of Armstrong's 4 errors they had yesterday, Dak gave up 6 runs, but only 1 of them was an earned run. It's kind of an unfortunate day for Badak, but big moment here for Aaron Gasky with a 3-2 count.
There goes the runner. And that is a called strike 3. Rupp was looking to get walked for the 3rd time in a row, but he gets caught with the backwards K. So as a result, it's still a 6-3 lead for Greater Latrobe as we move along with the top of the order when we go to the bottom of the 4th. When we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance. Located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, we go to the bottom of the fourth. That was Neski leading off for the Cats as they look to extend a 6-3 lead here this evening.
Armstrong left 2 on base in that 4th inning with 1 hit and 1 walk. Big strikeout by Aaron Gasky, his 6th. I imagine he will go back out there for the 5th inning. He's not near the 100 pitch mark yet, so.
Wisniewski swings on the first pitch in the left. Another leadoff single for the Cats. Wisniewski was rounding first, thinking about getting a double, but that was thrown back in by Wogman. Josh Shore getting the leadoff single in the 3rd, and Wisniewski does so in the 4th for Greater Latrobe.
He's been on base now all 3 times. He scored the first 2. See if Wildcat top of the order can bring him home again. Ruffner reached on that error by Morrow.
Strike to Ruffner. Or actually, shake that a ball.
Now, great. Now, let's go. Come up. Ready, cut.
There's the strike.
Now it's a 1-1 count.
1 pitch late, Golden. Don't worry.
No chase, no help. Here you go, 2. No chase, no help.
Wisniewski still at first. First Cat the touchdown, and he's going to try to head to second. Nobody's covering for the Hawks, and he is safe. Bundy had the leap as Wisniewski was sliding in. Terrific eyes by Ty Wisniewski. Nobody was covering second, and he saw that, and he marched on down to get there.
3rd stolen base for the Wildcats tonight. They've matched their total from yesterday. Or no, my apologies. They need 1 more to match their total from yesterday.
Ruffner swings and misses. Bring up a 2-2.
Big swing there by Ruffner.
Let's just check that at 1-2. That one's going to be tipped and out of play.
John Teslovich stopped by. Say hello.
The 1-2 moves to a 2-2.
Strong, patient at bats here by the Wildcats. There's one thing about a Matt Bassiano team is that they are not going to back down. They're going to be pesky with you in the batter's box. That's one thing about them.
2-2. Out to right field, down for another base hit. Wisniewski on his way home. Ruffner gets the second. He does it again. Another RBI double for Ruffner and scores Wisniewski. Cats get the extra point. It's 7-3.
Yeah, again, a little bit of deja vu there. Ty Wisniewski with the leadoff hit. Ruffner brings him home on the double. And the Wildcats increase the lead again, up to 4.
So here comes Cole Short. Got the football score here inside Graham Sabota Field. Now, Richard, that was one of the games I was not at this season, but boy, what a heartbreaker for the Cats up at Katanning in the fall.
Yeah. last second. Again, I respect the whippeal, so I will say that, and I will leave it at that.
Cole Short had the RBI double his last time up in the second. Ruffner on his way, the third throw down, it's going to get in the left. He's on his way home, it is 8-3.
Smart base running by the Wildcats, and now they have matched their stolen base total, I believe.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, are they calling him out?
I don't know.
The scoreboard has it up that it's 8-3. Cats thinking it's 8-3.
So they're putting Ruffner back at second. I'm not exactly sure why here. It must be I think it might be a balk. Don't think that's what it is.
So check out, my goodness, and another wild throw in the center field, and Ruffner gets the third. He had to go back. Another wild throw that time. The center field trying to get the second. So they got to wipe off the run. It's 7-3, but Ruffner gets back to third. So a lot of confusion. Might have been an obstruction call.
Yeah, a lot.
And there was one out recorded. That went to Cole Short. So Noel was up to the plate.
Yeah, that's kind of the one downside of being up here on these hills is that we don't necessarily...
Yeah, we don't know. We're so far away.
Yeah, we don't necessarily get the privilege. Here, there's a good take there by Cole Short.
So Noel does have an opportunity to score Ruffner cleanly. And he might hear out to left field to the fence. It hops off the fence, and Ruffner will come on home once again. Now it is 8-3. The RBI double for Noah Noel. You could put that one on the board.
Yeah, that one will count.
A no doubter there.
And now it will be 8-3, so... And
that might be it for Fabian as well.
And strong hitting by the Wildcats. They've been able to now push almost everything with speed and with power towards the fence and left center field. Right now, Fabian's at 77 pitches, and we haven't seen anyone warm up for Armstrong, so I imagine that he's going to be continuing at least for the remainder of the fourth inning. We shall see.
Oh, the one benefit about being up here on the hills along the first base line, we got a close view to the away pen, and nobody's there right now. So Fabian is going to have to stay in the game.
Hey, kid. Back. On the ground.
Noah Noel, his second hit. The RBI double in the fourth to make it 8-3. Cats ahead by 5 again. See what Josh Shore can do with it. And there's a strike. Start off his at-bat, he's 2 for 2.
Both of them singles for Josh, which he had yesterday. RBI to his name.
High pitch, even count. And the 1-1 outside.
There.
on, Josh. Come on, Josh. Back and drive. Hands. Come on. Good, no. Keep moving.
That one gets down low. Noel thinking about heading the third. He goes back to second. 3-1 count to Short. Short does get on. It seems Chappell was warming up. He's not anymore. So if he does get on, we'll see if Chappell will go back to him. That might not be the case. Rupp looking for it, and he makes the grab, coming over to the bump for out number 2. It's going to bring up Josh Crimboli with Noel still at second. Or Joey Crimboli, excuse me.
Yeah, first time that Josh retired tonight. Crimboli officially 0 for 1 with a sacrifice in his last at bat. Sacrifice ultimately ended in Chappell coming around to score on the Owen Teslovich RBI double.
Crimboli swings on the first pitch. Rupp trying to look for it at the fence. Was trying to. Oh my goodness! He made the catch! Thinking that was going to fall to the other side of the fence. And Rupp the pickpocket to steal it away. Back-to-back pop-ups for Rupp at first. On a bizarre bottom of the fourth. So we move along now to the fifth. Armstrong with some more work to do. 8-3 is the score. Well, and guess what, everybody? I got a question for you. Have you ever heard of a brownie? Of course you have, but have you ever heard of a blondie? So Cookie Charm is baking up delicious buttery, chewy blondie bars. Some of the flavors, include salted caramel, cookies and cream, peanut butter explosion, and the mouth-watering banana split blondie bar. And of course, with the history of the banana split, of course you have to have that in this town. Cookie Charm has all of your sweet, chewy cravings satisfied. Visit Cookie Charm on Facebook. It's Cookie Charm with the pink circle. Got some to us here, up in our press area here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
I got a better ball.
8-3 lead. Heading into the fifth for Greater Latrobe with Caden Andrika leading off for Armstrong. And Gasky is going to stay on the bunt for the Cats.
He's going to go through 5 at least. He's going to at least go pitch into the 5th. That's got to feel pretty good for Aaron, especially after what was a tough 3rd inning. Able to work around some trouble in the 4th, and apart from that one hiccup, he's had a relatively clean game. Walks have been something that the Riverhawks have worked with here.
Fastball out.
So Greater Latrobe trying to hold on to their 8-3 lead. Caden Andrika leading off, walked his last time up in the 3rd.
Yeah, I know.
Andrika takes a ball to lead off the 5th.
No, no.
Gasky right now at 86 pitches.
And oh,
2-0.
Oh my God!
It's like Moro's warming up for the Riverhawks. Down right below us. Just swinging him, and Gasky able to get the swing and a miss of Andrika there.
My arm ran out
If
again.
Mora does come in, that means Armstrong will need a new 3rd baseman.
Yeah.
Full count now.
And one more.
And again, if Gasky does hit the 100 pitch mark, he is able to continue the batter if it occurs during that batter, but
I won't. Try not to.
all likelihood Aaron Chappell is going to.
In the left, Trimboli gets under it, 1 down.
Yeah.
So right now it's 90 pitches for Gasky.
I'm gonna try and get for you.
See if he can get these 2 batters within 10 pitches. Get him through 5.
Yeah.
I got the pitcher versus pitcher battle here with Fabian.
Basketball dick.
He swings on the first pitch.
I'd get up on this one just in case.
Swings at it again. 2 quick strikes.
Right now wasting no time with Fabian.
Dude, I like his bullpen mount. This thing's nice.
0-2 got him. 3 pitches. He goes back to the dugout.
It's his second strikeout of Fabian. If I'm correct, that's strikeout number 7.
Fastball out.
I have it as 6.
Fastball in.
Oh, and Chrisman?
First pitch strike on
You might be.
Chrisman, who really,
Yeah, I'm a pro bullpen catcher.
after the Fabian RBI base hit, the Fabian RBI single,
No.
Chrisman kind of gave Armstrong that jolt back,
One more.
but not before the Wildcats took it back for themselves.
And of course that
6 and a slurve.
double up with Chrisman trying to get the home. He takes a strike.
Strong pitch there by Gasky.
Right side ready, here we go now. Go on, Aaron, go on, Aaron.
Count's going to be 1-2.
Curve.
2 outs in the top half of the 5th.
Chrisman fouls it away.
One more. Left it up.
Most likely this is going to be Aaron's last batter.
Yeah.
Did not give up a hit through his first 2 innings. And it's going to be a drop, 3rd strike. Josh Short gets it over, and it's going to be in time to end the inning. Oh, and Chrisman strikes out for the 3rd time, and Armstrong goes 3 up, 3 down for the first time in this contest. So we move along to the bottom of the 5th with the Cats looking to extend their lead some more when we come back on the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group.
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group. Anderson Fabian still on the bump for Armstrong. As we go to the bottom of the 5th with Greater Latrobe looking to extend their lead some more.
So most likely Aaron Gasky's night is done as he's nearing the 100 pitch mark. 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, and the 3 runs, all of them earned. Against Gasky tonight, another strong outing for him. If the Wildcats can hold on, he will move to 3-1 on the season.
It's the Cats trying to pick up their 7th win in a row. Heading into the last 2 conference games of the season, the big one, the 2 big ones against Plum. First pitch, a strike to Bullabush. 0 for 2, 2 strikeout swinging. That one is going to be grabbed by Morrow, sends it coast to coast for the out. Bring up Owen Teslavich.
I think his double really changed the complexion of this game, because once that happened, the Wildcats kind of seized control back as far as the offense goes, and then Aaron Gasky kind of settled in, and he, apart from 2 hits in the, or looking at the wrong scoreboard or scorecard, apart from 1 hit and a walk in the 4th, nothing since that for Gasky, and so Owens had good at bats here, and he lined out the shortstop pretty much on a hard hit ball there.
Tesselich, a hopper, charge a Morrow, fires again, he's got it again. Greater Latrobe looking to avoid going 3 up, 3 down for the first time in this game. Mason Rubis now up to the plate.
Mason's 0 for 1, walk.
That one off of the glove, fastball. No harm, no one on base. Upstairs, 2-0 count. Upstairs, it's now 3-0. Four pitches, Rubis takes a strike.
Maybe in at 92, so
seems he'll be done after this.
Yeah, he'll be done either after this batter or.
Started as 3-0, now it's full. Armstrong down to their final 6 outs. And we move along to the 6th. Call it strike 3. So the Cats go 3 up, 3 down for the first time in this game. We move along to the 6th with the Cats ahead by 5 when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
You want to deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights. At all Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? We've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Royal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Royal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone. As if the company here wasn't enough to stop in, try one bite of our highly acclaimed pizza and you're sure to be hooked. Visit our website at hotelroyalpizza.com or call us at 724-537-3741. Go Cats!
We're back on the Wildcats Network as we go to the 6th, and indeed a new arm on the bump for Greater Latrobe is going to be Chappell.
Yeah, Aaron Chappell. 22 innings pitched this year. He's allowed 12 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. He's issued 12 walks, and he's struck out 24, so again, another 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio for Wildcat pitching. And he has a 2-0 record and pitched the final inning of yesterday's game, which the Wildcats won.
By 1.
Yes.
6-5.
Count's going to be 2-1 on Max Zablocki.
Armstrong, their only section wins on the season. Their doubleheader they got earlier in the month against Penn Hills. When game 1 5-1, game 2 5-3.
And the remainder of their games are going to be non-section games. We talked about earlier, they're going to be the one team in Section 1 that will be the odd one out of not playing their final section series next Monday and Tuesday.
So Armstrong trying to close out section play with 3 wins. They need a come-from-behind victory tonight to do so. They got a contest on Thursday against Bull, and then they will head to Indiana, take on Indiana on May 4th, and then they will close out the season on May 7th at home against South Park. Allman up to the plate. Swing and a miss was Blocky over at first, 1-1. Actually, that's a 2-1 count, and now it's 3-1. It's Blocky at first on the walk. Allman got a piece of it. Full count. And pitch inside, and that's back-to-back walks given up by Chapel. Eli Mora. Armstrong, if they want any chance of fighting back, they got a golden opportunity to do so right here with nobody out and runners on second and first. Morrell takes a strike.
You know, the Chapel's last outing was yesterday, but his last start was Friday in the game against Forest Hills. That was a 5-4 win, which he pitched 6 2/3. The only reason why he didn't finish that game was because he went over the 100 pitch mark. He pitched 102 pitches, struck out 8, allowed 4 runs, all of them earned, and only issued 1 walk. For Aaron Chapel.
There's a strike.
A junior for the Wildcats.
Blocky at second, Allman at first. And the reach is going to be grabbed by Chapel. The double up at second, yes sir! Zablocki with the overshoot at second. Or actually, it was Wallman the overshoot. Zablocki was able to get the third. But nonetheless, a double up, another one for the Cats. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, that was actually on a, my apologies, that was a live ball. And Morrow gets the first. Another bizarre play that puts runners on the corners with 1 out. Wallman out at second.
Yeah, it did kind of look like that was a ball never hit the ground, but the umpire did rule that, and bounce was favorable to Chapel, so they get the middle runner second.
And pitches inside to Brumble.
Strong fastball there, though. Trying to avoid pitching into danger here, Aaron Chapel. There's a good way to get back into it.
Get your opinions, because we got to be rooting tomorrow now. I like to hear you in Mount Pleasant.
Another good pitch there.
Out's now full.
This will be a big out here. Bases loaded, 1 out is very tough to overcome.
Run ball tips it there.
And while 2 runners at corners with 2 outs is not ideal either. It's very much favorable to get out of it as opposed to bases loaded scenario.
Blocky at third, Morrow at first. This will be popped up out of play. Count stays full.
It's a good battle here by Brumbaugh. Flew out both of his times. He faced Gasky.
And that one is going to be live as it was a shallow roll over. Chappell connects the short for out number 2. Zablocki stays at third. Morrow gets the second.
That's a really good play by Chappell because that play was almost safe for Brumbaugh and it would have left bases loaded. Because that ball was hit along the third base line, Zablocki was not able to go, and here...
Wild pitch.
Yeah, wild
Zablocki
pitch.
scores, and it's 8-4. And Morrow the third.
And again, another scenario in which the walks have hurt the Wildcats tonight. Zablocki scoring on the walk. Wagman walked. And they have just taken what the Wildcats have given them tonight.
Ashball, big swing and miss for a strike. There's a 1-2 to Ashball.
Morrow's at third.
Out to right. Teslovich has it. Teslovich makes the grab. Armstrong does get a runner home to make it 8-4. Morrow was there with third. Ashball, oh so close, trying to get a base hit that would have made it an 8-5 game, but it is an 8-4 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back on the Wildcats Network presented by West Media Group.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to a Paddock Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well-lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go, Cats!
We're back on the Wildcats Network. Radio Latrobe looking for some insurance runs. Armstrong looking to stay tall on defense, trying to keep this a 4-run game as we move to the 7th.
There's a new pitcher for the Riverhawks as it is going to be Eli Morrow. As Fabian's night has concluded.
So it seems the new third baseman is Fabian. So they switch. Fabian off the rubber, he's a third now. And Moore taking his place.
That'll make our job easier.
Indeed.
Wisniewski, Ruffner, and Short all up here for the Wildcats, top of the order. And the only thing that has kept each of those three off base have been two plays, really. A sac fly by Cole Short, but it did produce a run, so that's a productive out. And then the only other thing was the obstruction that was called by the umpire, which got Cole Short out. But otherwise, Wisniewski's reached 3 times. Ruffner reached on 2 doubles and the error, which then he came around to score. So it's been the top of the order for the Wildcats that has made a lot of the damage tonight here in part of their 8 runs they have.
I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on the Wildcats Network. Got a few other broadcasts throughout the duration of the week, including on Thursday. We will be covering Greater Latrobe flag football. They'll be taking on Penn Hills for their senior day on Thursday night. We'll have all the action for you right here on the Wildcats Network, and then we will be having the softball game against Norwin on Friday in the 2A, 3A, or the 5A, 6A matchup.
6A.
I was still thinking about lacrosse last night because we had a cross-section or cross-class matchup with North Allegheny and Latrobe, 3A, 2A, but we've got a 5A, 6A matchup on Friday. Greater Latrobe softball team already securing their spot for the WPIAL postseason.
Colton, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little preview of their game on Thursday, but the Lady Wildcat flag football team, they made it to the Final Four last year. We've got a really good team this year, led by many dual sport athletes like Natalia Sakaris, Bria Vrilla, and Morgan Myers as well. Maggie Myers, her sister, as well. So they've got a good team, and when you got a good coach like Mackenzie Livingston that really cares about the sport, that's helped bring this sport to Greater Latrobe and
plays the sport herself.
Yeah, plays the sport. So I expect some fireworks on Thursday, especially with it being senior night. They only have one senior, Bria Vrilla, but they will honor her on Thursday as well.
And taking on Penn Hills, a rich football tradition of their own over there in Allegheny County and Penn Hills, of course, the alma mater of Mr. Aaron Donald.
Nesky called out on strikes there. First time he's been retired tonight.
Brings up Ruffner. And if we want to preview the softball game on Friday, then we can get a headset to Gabby Cunningham, who's joining us.
No,
she's nodding no.
She doesn't want to. That's okay.
We're taking on Norwin, and then they'll be getting ready for the WPIAL postseason, already securing their spot in a hit by the pitch, given up to Ruffner.
So on base all 4 times. Or Grady Ruffner, who on the season he's added to his double total. He came in with 3, he now has 5. Or rather, he came in with 2 and now has 4. Picked up hits number 20 and 21 tonight, along with 3 RBIs to his name. Give him 19 RBIs on the season. So another strong game from Grady Ruffner.
It's going to bring up Cole Short now, who was out on that bizarre obstruction in the 4th with Ruffner at 3rd.
I don't think I've seen that before at the high school level.
Yeah, so in my scorebook, unfortunately, we're so far up here, it's a little hard to see what the umpires are saying to the coaches. We cannot hear. So because of that, I just had to put a question mark on my scorebook. Wanting a question mark here. This one is going to be out to center field. Brumbaugh actually going out there, drops the ball. He drops the ball, and of course Ruffner has no idea he's out at second, thinking that was going to be a routine fly out, and Ruffner, of course, did not know, assuming that it was going to be caught by Brumbaugh, but he drops it. Another drop fly ball for Armstrong here tonight. Laurel had one a little while ago. That was in the 2nd.
Yeah, the good news is that they were able to get the out on it. The problem is that they just didn't get the one that they probably thought they were going to. That's nothing that Grady can do on that play. He's just assuming that the shortstop is going to make the play. And the good thing for Armstrong in that scenario is that when that happens, you're most likely going to have a free out at wherever it is, especially because it was in such close proximity as well.
At least the one bright side for Armstrong, gets a runner at a scoring position, and you get 2 outs anyway. This one is going to be up, incoming, and it almost, that would have got sent a few more feet. Yeah, that would have hit on our table, probably would have hit our cookie charm cookies that we have up here.
I'll tell you what, the fact that it's going to reach us, Colton, we're a little bit far away as far as the seating here at Ramsey Field, so the fact that it was hit far, there's a base hit by Knoll into center field.
And the runner will stay at 3rd.
Yeah. So the fact that it was able to almost reach us was...
Actually, check that short the 2nd. So Josh short with his brother at second and Noah at first. There's a strike. Arnold's on second and first. 0-1 is now an 0-2.
That's a interesting call. We have the privilege of an outfield cam, and I just don't know about that. And Josh also agreed on that. He didn't know where that was in. Now 1-2.
With his brother at second and Noah at first.
It's been a really good two-game stretch here for Josh. At the plate, at least.
And they check on Cole in time. They pick him off. Short with the overstep at second, thinking that he might have had a chance to get the third. And Armstrong now needs to come up with 4 runs to extend this game into the bottom of the 7th. Can they do so? We'll find out when we come back on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time we're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Back here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group. Armstrong running out of time. They need to come up with 4 runs to tie this game and to extend it into the bottom of the 7th.
It's going to be Caden Rupp to try and start the top of the 7th rally for the Riverhawks. 0 for 1 with 2 walks against Aaron Gasky.
We're up a strike there. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Hawks down to their final 2 outs.
Strong high fastball there by Aaron Chappell. Pick up his first strikeout of the night. Looks like a new hitter for the Riverhawks, as it's going to be
Liam Badek.
Liam Badek. Yeah. Beat me to the punch, Colton. It's okay.
Pitch hitting for Andrika.
Dak went 0 for 4 yesterday.
He's going to swing at it in the center for a 1-out single. Fabian Still swinging in his spot third in the order. Low pitch thrown by Chapel.
What up, baby? Come on, baby.
There's a strike, 1-1.
Chapel's thrown 36 so far. Good news for the Wildcats is that they will not have another game until Monday, so both Cole and Aaron will be able to kind of reset, get right for arguably the biggest series, biggest two-game series of the season here.
A standalone section championship on the line. Plum taking the section last year. Looking to take it once again. Section 1, 5A in the WPIAL. And because they took the section championship, Plum was the number 2 seed in the postseason last year, but got upset by Mars in the 15-2 matchup, 1-0. Fabian strikes out.
And that's what makes the playoffs so great in baseball and softball, is that the lower seeds have just as good a chance as anyone do. And it's very unpredictable once May hits.
Cats 1 out away, picking up win number 7 in a row. Cats have only lost 1 game since March 24th. Trying to carry that momentum into the postseason.
Nasty pitch by Chapel. Wonder if he goes to the fastball here to try and get Chrisman.
He ends it. 8-4 the final. Cats win 7 in a row. Seemed like that was off speed, Richard.
It did look like it. But a very important win for the Wildcats tonight. Not necessarily the most impressive win that they'll have on their season, but important because you've now put the ball in your court, in a sense, where it's up to you to go write the story. It's up to you to go and see if you can take the game at Plum and give yourself at least the guarantee of a shared section championship. But if you can go and take care of your business there, you have the chance for a sole section championship next week as well. So very important win for the Wildcats tonight. Again, it was led by the top 3 in the order. Ty was able to get on base 3 times. Cole was able to get on base 3 times as well. And Grady Ruffner was able to get on base, I believe, all 4 times. Let me check here. Yeah, he was able to get on base all 4 times. So those 3 led the way for the Wildcats tonight. And they pick up I wouldn't say a crucial section win, but an important one, as they're trying to progress into the playoffs and ultimately set their sights on a potential section championship in 5A.
Greater Latrobe now goes to 16-2 on the season, 8-4 in section play. So as a result, with Franklin Regional taking down Plum today, Mustangs were 8-1, but not anymore. So that means we have a 3-way tie for first place in section 1. 5A in the WPIAL between Greater Latrobe, Plum, and Franklin Region.
Yeah, and again...
Oh, actually, no, wait.
It is Franklin. It's going to be... I believe Franklin is going to be behind PT, Plum, and Latrobe.
Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah, so
I literally had it up on the Post-Gazette, but unfortunately my laptop crashed, so I lost it.
Which is going to make this so much interesting again, because 1, 2 play each other, 3 and 4 play each other. It's going to be really fascinating, at least in about 5 days. It's going to be real fascinating to see what unfolds, at least in those first games, to see what might transpire in the second of those 2 days.
So it's indeed Plum, Latrobe, and Penn Trafford, a 3-way tie for first place in Section 1, Class 5A in the WPIAL. And on the other side, Armstrong, they are going So for Armstrong, they close out the 2026 conference season 2-10 and 4-13 in overall play. This is the last game on the 2026 season for conference play. For Armstrong, they will be back in action on Thursday against Borough, and then they will head to Jimmy Store Country, taking on Indiana on May 4th, and they will close out the 2026 season against South Park on May 7th. Well, my friends, I want to thank you all for joining us here on the Wildcats Network, presented by West Media Group from Graham Sabota Field. For everybody and our crew here tonight, Tyke Kale, our camera operator, Gabby Cunningham, our intern, Spencer Long, our producer, alongside my broadcast partner, Richard Hillwig. I'm Colton Tobias, signing off from Graham Sabota Field. Greater Latrobe wins their 7th in a row as they take down Armstrong here tonight, 8-4.
Agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for a complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to a Paddock Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well-lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for Digital Days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hello, my name's Steve Lamani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients. At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
and we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
You want to deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At our Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? We've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Royal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Royal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone. As if the company here wasn't enough to stop in, try one bite of our highly acclaimed pizza and you're sure to be hooked. Visit our website at hotelroyalpizza.com or call us at 724-537-3741. Go Cats!
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance. Located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker. This is my wife Hannah Brinker, our daughter Charlotte, and our son Stephen.
And we welcome you to Paddock Brinker Funeral Home.
Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. We are most appreciative of your trust, and we will do our best to prove that we are where dignity prevails.
The Wildcats Student Store has the largest variety of clothing and merchandise you'll find anywhere, for any time of year. Shop in store or online and have your order shipped to you or picked up at the high school. Let's go Cats!
Hi, I'm Matthew Alamo, the McDonald's owner here in Latrobe, and we are striving to be leaders in the community for fundraising for schools and nonprofits. So come on in for Digital Days at McDonald's and support these local organizations. While you're here, have a tasty meal and check out the great benefits for employment. Go Wildcats!
Hello, my name's Steve Romani, and I want to introduce you to the #1 real estate team in your area.
We pride ourselves in giving back to our community.
That's why we have this box truck to make the moving experience easier for our clients.
At Team Lamani, our clients always come first.
And we're here to help our clients reach new heights.
We keep track of every detail for you.
Thank you for trusting us with such an important job, and go Cats!
You want to deal with the hassle of big city airports and connecting flights? At our Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe, we make travel simple. Enjoy free parking right by the terminal, quick check-ins, and no long lines. All on a relaxed, easy-to-navigate airport. But the best part? We've got non-stop flights to sunny Orlando and Myrtle Beach every day. Plus, enjoy convenient twice-weekly service to Fort Lauderdale. No layovers, no stress, just smooth, non-stop service straight to your favorite vacation spots. Tired of flying into a bigger airport just to stand in line and catch a connection? Skip the chaos. Fly direct from Latrobe and start your getaway the smart way. Fly Latrobe. Fly direct. Fly smart.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to stop at Hotel Royal Pizza in the heart of downtown Latrobe on Ligonier Street. Since opening our doors in 1953, Hotel Royal Pizza has proudly served the Latrobe area. From pizza, sandwiches, sides, salads, and so much more. Whether you're taking out or dining in, our menu has something for everyone. As if the company here wasn't enough to stop in, try one bite of our highly acclaimed pizza and you're sure to be hooked. Visit our website at hotelroyalpizza.com or call us at 724-537-3741. Go Cats!
Your eyes are the windows to the world, and that's no small task. That's why when it comes to eye care, you can't afford to treat your eyes with anything less than the best. Here at Youngwood Eye Care, our vision is keeping your vision in tip-top shape, whatever your eye care needs may be. Whether you're dealing with dry eyes, need a comprehensive exam, specialty contacts, or looking for the latest trends in eyewear, Youngwood Eye Care has you covered. We do it all and so much more. Book an appointment today and give your eyes the care they deserve at Youngwood Eye Care.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
My name is Chris Spear. I've been a foster parent with Adelphi for 9 years. It is the best experience that you will have. There is way more good times than there is bad times. These kids want somebody to give them affection and show that they're loved and cared for. And that's a reason by itself right there. Most of the time they're looking for somebody to support them, somebody just to care for them, somebody they can talk to. And it's just a wonderful experience. I learn as much from them as they learn from me.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. A Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit the CollisionShopByJason.com for our complete list of services.